Oh hey, how's it going? Oh, it's my mushrooms! So I've run into a potential issue. That would be pretty cute, right? So as many of you know, I'm a recent inductee to the iPad Kids Club. And one of my goals with getting this iPad is to be able to use it for my surface pattern design work, or generally my art licensing mission that I'm on. So if you've seen some of my recent videos, you'll know that I've done a little bit of playing with like making patterns directly in Procreate, but I want to play with other methods of incorporating my iPad into my workflow also. So that's kind of my focus for this week. In particular, what I want to play with is like drawing or painting motifs or illustrations on my iPad and then bringing them over to my computer and actually building a pattern in Photoshop just to kind of see how I like that flow. So yeah, since I do work a full-time job, many of the clips in this vlog are, you know, filmed at nighttime when I'm home, when I'm in my pajamas, so you'll have to bear with me, but hey, I'm just showing the reality of what it looks like to be trying to do this art thing and YouTube thing while I'm also working a full-time job. So anyway, with that, let's get into some fun iPad illustrations and pattern making. So I have been drawing ice cream on my iPad, which is very fun, and I just thought it'd be like an easy way to like ease myself into this type of pattern flow. I think also like one of my very first patterns that I ever made was ice cream, so nothing new or out of the ordinary here for me. But anyway, I drew some of these. These I drew on my iPad and I put it on my Instagram story saying, what should I draw next? And I've actually drawn a bunch, or painted, or whatever you want to say, a bunch of other ice cream cones today. Nick and I were driving around places and I brought my iPad in the car and it was super fun. But you all gave me a lot of really great ideas in responding to this story. So I think I got a lot of responses on this one. At least for me, this is a lot. So you gave me some good ideas. A lot of you said mint chocolate chip, which is one that I did today. So maybe I'll put that on the screen here, what my mint chocolate chip one ended up looking like. But there's lots of other good ideas in here. So I think what I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna pick one of these and then paint that tonight on my iPad. Okay, I decided I'm gonna do the cookie dough. That's the one that I'm gonna do. So to Barty Bella Design Studio, I'm using your idea. That's gonna be my next one. By the way, if you've been around my channel for any amount of time, you might notice that these bookshelves behind me are like empty now, which is crazy. That's because I'm moving. So Nick and I are in the process of getting our stuff ready to move. So crazy times. Oh, I've never done the like Procreate time-lapse thing, so maybe I will try to turn that on. Okay, that's the base of the cone. It looks really bright on the camera, but it's not so bright, and probably I'll end up toning down the saturation a little bit. We'll see. Then I'm gonna go in on top and add some details with one of the like pencil tools. Good morning. It's actually Tuesday morning. Now, I didn't film anything yesterday because I ended up working late. Well, actually, I don't know if any of you are interested in hearing about this, but I woke up yesterday morning not feeling very good. I had a headache and I had a pretty slow start to my Monday because I just like couldn't really work effectively in the morning. So I ended up kind of doing some other things for a little bit. So I ended up working for my 9 to 5 a little bit later, so I didn't finish till like 7:30, and we did dinner and whatever. Then it was pretty late and I was like, I'm not filming anything. So that's why I didn't. But I did do a little bit more painting on my iPad. So let me show you. I am just on such a grind with these ice cream. I just think they're fun and they take me like 10 minutes to do, maybe. So another suggestion from one of you was to do cookies and cream. So I did this one here. It's pretty cute. It's got the little like Oreo pieces in it. So yeah, I think these are fun. They're coming along, and I'm pretty soon, I think I'll have enough to bring over to Photoshop. Okay, also, I don't know if this makes sense to do or not, but like I'm literally doing all of them in one document on Procreate because I have the M2 12.9 inch 2022 model or whatever, so I can have like a lot of layers on here, so I have not run into an issue with layers, and I've just been literally putting everything there. I have separate layer groups, and I've got like different layers for all the components of each of these things. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but then what I've done is like I've brought them into a new document where I've just like merged the layers. Can you see? So instead of those like layer groups, I've just got the merged like flattened versions on here that I'm bringing in. So I don't know if that makes the most sense to do or not. We'll see. But I'm thinking when I bring these into Photoshop, like I don't think I'm gonna actually need all of the layers for each of these, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, I guess. Today is like the first day where I've woken up and it like feels kind of like summer, and I'm so excited. I probably said this in like a million videos before, but my mood is so impacted by the weather. I don't think I was like this when I was a kid, like growing up, but now it's like spring hits and I'm suddenly like so joyful all the time. So yeah, it's really exciting. Today the high is 75 degrees and it'll be sunny today, so like perfect weather. It's a little bit of a bummer because I'm going into the office today, so I'm in my office clothes and you can't see outside from where I sit. I've got like a drywall cubicle that I like because it's got privacy, but I cannot see any windows from it. So that's a little bit of a bummer, and we'll see. My job is pretty flexible. I work a lot of hours, but there is a decent amount of flexibility about when and how I work those hours. And I think I'm done with meetings around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So because it's so nice out today and I want to enjoy it, I might come home after that 3 o'clock point. It takes me about half an hour to get back home and then finish off the workday here. But at least from here, I can have the windows open, see outside, hear the birds. So can't complain. Let me show you what it looks like outside right now. Here we go. There's Alicia. She always enjoys the sunshine. She's always like right there. And yeah, it's sunny and beautiful. And it's not even 8 a.m. yet, so it is shaking up to be a beautiful day. Hello. Now, you are reliably the first one to answer.
What can I say? I never turned down a phone call from my girl.
Happy birthday, Claire!
Thanks, Sarah.
Hello! Oh yeah, I forgot Kate's there. Hi, Kate.
Happy birthday to Claire! Sarah, you haven't seen this. Let me show you my letterbox setup.
Oh, let's go.
You're gonna like it a lot.
Whoa! Oh, it's my mushrooms. Wait, can I show my vlog? I have my camera set up. Okay, let me see, because I was drawing. Okay, here's the vlog. Claire, do you want to explain what I'm looking at?
This is my litter box setup. It's in my bathroom, right under my sink. It has a little cut here, and underneath are the litter boxes.
Wow, and it's the mushroom fabric.
It's your mushroom fabric.
Amazing. Hello, it's many hours later. Let's see what time it is. 11:30. So I need to go to bed, but as you saw, I've been working on the ice cream paintings again, and at this point I'm up to 13 of them, I think. So I've got 13 different ones. It's actually been really fun because like whoever I'm with, I'll just be like, what kind of ice cream would you like? Like as you saw, I was FaceTiming with my family earlier today, and so I just asked them what ice cream they wanted, and like my sister said a coffee ice cream in a waffle cone that's dipped in chocolate. So so I did that, and it's fun. I just kind of like, ice cream is an easy one to just come up with in your head. Like you don't need a reference for it, so that's pretty fun. I like drew this sprinkle cone, which is so cute, and then a few people said they wanted mint chocolate chip in this sprinkle cone, so so I did that. So yeah, I'm pretty close to the point where I feel like I can actually bring these over to Photoshop. I was thinking I would do that today, but it's just too late to do it today. So I'm gonna be working from home tomorrow. You know, I was in the office today, but I'll be working from home. And so assuming all goes well and I start and end at a normal time, then hopefully tomorrow night after work and after dinner and stuff, I'll be able to start playing with these in Photoshop. So yeah, but anyway, like I said this morning, the weather today was like amazing. It was like the best day. It was so sunny and beautiful. Of course, tomorrow it's gonna be like gray and rainy and cold, so I enjoyed the sunshine while we had it, but stay tuned for some cozy rainy day vibes tomorrow. Close out. Are you so happy? Are you purring so much? The apartment we're moving to does not have a dishwasher, and that's gonna be a big bummer. I've lived without a dishwasher before, and I can do it again, but yeah, a little bit of a bummer.
Welcome to Flow, your 30-day yoga journey. Start to close the eyes. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to soften and fold.
It is 11:21 p.m. So again, time for me to go to bed probably, but I'm gonna set myself a little challenge and I wanna see what I can do on my little ice cream pattern situation before midnight. So that gives me 40 minutes, 39 minutes. And so basically what I have here, I think I showed this the other day, but I have all of my flattened layers here in Procreate. And so like if I toggle these on, this is just like the whole flattened ice cream cone here. This one is pistachio, a highly requested one based on my Instagram story poll. At this point in time, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 different ice cream cones on here. So I think I'm ready to at least like try building it out into a pattern and just see what it looks like. And I think the beauty of having my iPad is that it's so easy to like fill in gaps and do that back and forth part between Photoshop and like actually creating the image, because when I'm physically painting it, it's like a whole process to obviously paint it, get all my paint stuff out, but then also like scan it and then bring it into Photoshop and then remove the watercolor paper background, clean it up, and then you're ready to build the pattern. Whereas like at this point, it's just like ready, it's ready to go. So yeah, I'm excited. So anyway, step one is gonna be to send these over to my computer and bring them into Photoshop. So let's start there. Okay, so I've run into a potential issue that maybe those of you who know Procreate better than I do can help me figure out. So my plan was, like I have them all flattened here on this Procreate file, and I was just gonna send them over to my laptop as PSD files, so like a Photoshop file. No, but the reason why this is potentially an issue is that the watercolor brushes that I use come with this watercolor paper texture, and that's like what makes them work, because I'll show you with this chocolate sprinkle cone. So the watercolor brush pack that I have works using this watercolor paper texture layer. So this one up here, this layer group here, basically has all these layers within it that create the watercolor paper texture underneath the painting. And so you can see this if I use the select tool and I move this around the paper. Hopefully you can see that like it's kind of just gliding over the texture, and the paper texture is changing underneath this painting here. So what that means is that if you turn off this watercolor paper texture layer, then it doesn't look watercolor anymore, which is fine, but it changes the way that I'm gonna get these into Photoshop. So I have to figure that out. So I'm gonna think about this and I will update you when I've come up with some master plan for how I'll do this. So update, I basically just shared the whole file as a PSD, and I was still trying to figure out, like basically what I'm trying to do is like clip the watercolor paper texture that's in Procreate, or like in this PSD, to each of these specific layers. And I'm not figuring it out, to be honest, because when I do it, it doesn't, how do I explain this? So basically it's like causing me to figure out different blending modes, and nothing's really looking right, and I like don't fully know how that watercolor paper texture layer is set up in Procreate anyway. So like I tried to flatten that layer and clip it to each of these layers below, and that wasn't working quite right anyway. So what I've decided to try anyway is just to leave it as is and build this pattern with that layer on top of it. So we'll see how that goes. So basically what I've done now is I've converted all of these into smart objects in Photoshop, and I have them on a 10 by 10 3000 pixel by 3000 pixel canvas here, and I'm going to turn on pattern preview. And this is like the easiest way to build a pattern if you are curious to learn how to do this in this same way that I'm showing here. I have a whole tutorial series on my channel, and for this process in particular, I have a video that's called like creating repeating patterns in Photoshop or something like that. I can put it up here somewhere, wherever, and you can check that out. But anyway, so the way pattern preview works is that when I like select any one of my objects here, every copy of it will move so you can see in real time what that pattern is going to look like. So I'm going to try and lay this out. It's 11:45 right now, so I have 15 minutes before I need to cut myself off, and let's just see what this looks like. Okay, I didn't quite reach my goal because it's currently 12:07, so it took a little bit longer, but I kind of got in a flow. It's actually really quick to get everything just like thrown onto the page, and then finicking with it so much to get everything to actually fit is what takes a little bit of time, but not too bad. I'll probably continue to finick with it, but look how cute. So I would call that a successful night. Like I said, I think I'll probably play with this a little bit more tomorrow, but yeah, I'm really excited about this. So with that, I need to go to bed, but I will catch you tomorrow. Happy Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday. You could probably hear my dishwasher in the background, so just ignore that. Anyway, I have my work set up right here. I'm working on my 9-to-5 stuff, and today is a very data analysis heavy day for me. In case you didn't know, I'm an environmental consultant. That's what I do day to day. I'm super lucky to be able to have a hybrid job. So some days I'm in the office, and some days I'm here, and today, like most Fridays, I'm here. So right now I'm standing up to eat some food, though I have not eaten yet today. This has been my typical routine though, is like a later brunch situation. Anyway, I've been thinking about Eurovision. Hey, from editing Sarah, yes, wearing the same hoodie, but basically I watched Eurovision while I was working on Thursday. I just had it on in the background, except for my favorite songs. So this was Switzerland, my #1, and I also paused it for France because it's so good. But I wanted to come on here and say it didn't feel right to talk about Eurovision without also talking about like the protests that are happening around Eurovision, and so I just want to acknowledge that and also say like I fully 100% I support all the protests that are happening. If you're not in the loop, I mean there's some drama happening with Netherlands, but beside that there's also protests happening related to the fact that Israel is participating in Eurovision this year, and so I just want to get on here and say I fully support those protests, and I echo all the voices calling for a ceasefire. And I'll be donating to World Central Kitchen, who has provided a whole lot of support in Gaza, and I invite you and encourage you to join me in doing that. So anyway, I just wanted to say that it didn't feel right to not acknowledge that as I talk about Eurovision. It is something that brings me a lot of joy, and a lot of other people a lot of joy as well, so I wanted to talk about that part of it as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that, but anyway, let's get back to the video. I know some of you are gonna be like, girl, no. Eurovision is so dumb, it's so cheesy, it's so silly, it's so fake, whatever. But it brings me joy, okay? I love it. This is my 3rd year of following Eurovision, and I just think it's so much fun. And I'm on the record saying if Switzerland doesn't win, I am rage quitting. I'm throwing a fit. I love Switzerland's entry this year. It's just so good. The performance yesterday, wow, it was amazing. So loved it. Also France though, really impressive. I gotta give it to him. That was very impressive. I do love it. The finals are tomorrow, so before too long we'll know who actually won. But if it's not Switzerland, anyway, I'm gonna make some food, and I'm gonna tell you about where things stand with my little ice cream pattern. I love you too. Wow, that was a little aggressive. Is this best a little slippery? Okay, so let me show you where things stand with that little pattern. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Oh, I have run into this before when I paint, like, and have them around here. Like a while ago, like a year ago, I painted like all of these little pastries and they're so cute, but when I put them in a pattern, I was like, ugh, I feel like it looks weird when they're rendered so realistically, I guess. And I think that's the risk with some of these ice cream drawings or paintings as well. So anyway, let me show you what I'm working with right now. I think I showed you this the other night. The first iteration, it has like all of these full cones. I mean, honestly, looking at it now though, it is kind of cute. My dream for my patterns, I think they would be really well suited for like wrapping paper, and like this and a wrapping paper, come on, that would be pretty cute, right? So anyway, I did this version that's like full, big, but I also did a small version. So here's the little version. So these are the little ice cream cones kind of spread out a little bit more. It's pretty cute and small, and also would be a cute wrapping paper or other paper good. So this one's more scattered, not the one directional pattern. So I'm playing with it, and I want to think about other things to do because honestly, I really like these illustrations. Like, let me show you on my iPad. Like I showed you guys this one the other day. I think it's cute. I'll give you a little tour. So that was chocolate sprinkles, pistachio, coffee, mint chip on that sprinkle cone, caramel or caramel, depending on how you say that. Cookies and cream. Here's a cookie dough. Here's a little wombo combo. I called it pink vanilla. So yeah, I love the little sprinkles. Here's another mint chip. It's a popular flavor. What can I say? This like chocolate cherry situation. Then chocolate chip, a classic. And then my original vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. I really do like these. Like, I think they're fun. And I think I've been like laser focused on the surface pattern design thing for a while. But I think some of these would be cute in other types of formats as well. Like, just because it's not working great as a pattern, in my opinion, doesn't mean that it wouldn't work great for other things. I don't know, just look how cute. Like, I was like, would this work for like greeting cards or even just like prints? I'm really leaning into the paper goods thing. I've always felt drawn to that. I love going to like Paper Source and seeing all the amazing paper stuff there too. So let me know what you think that these types of illustrations should go on. Where do you envision something like this? Because there's gotta be a place for them, even if it's not patterns. I mean, maybe you like the pattern. Anyway, farming ideas here. We have made it through the week, and I would call that a pretty successful pattern making endeavor, if you ask me. So last night I actually just decided to upload my patterns onto Spoonflower, which is kind of fun. So they're up there now. In case you don't know what Spoonflower is, it's basically a website where designers can upload their own patterns and then sell them on their own shops. And so you can purchase these patterns on wallpaper or fabric or home decor. So that's pretty fun. I have, in case you were unaware, I have a few, I'm sure you can't see that much, but I have a few designs in my shop, including, I'm gonna scoot closer, that watercolor mushroom design that we saw earlier in the video. This one that my sister was using as a little cat litter curtain thing. I think this design is really cute. So that one's on my Spoonflower shop. But now there are also my ice cream designs down here. So like, I actually really like the way that this scattered one looks on fabric. So that's pretty fun. Like, let me show you. When I saw it on a duvet cover, I thought it was so cute. Like, it would actually make some pretty cute sheets or duvet, which both exist on Spoonflower. But like, look, isn't it cute? Just like a little ice cream duvet cover. I think it's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, so those are my Spoonflower. I'll show you what the big one looks like too, in case you want to see. Please hold. Okay, here it is. Here's that large scale pattern, also available on Spoonflower. This one, like, imagine if you had like an ice cream shop and you wanted ice cream wallpaper for like an accent while in your ice cream shop. How fun would that be? Like, here's what this one would look like as wallpaper. I think that's kind of fun. So, but I also think it could be used for like crafty things. Like, hang on, I'm a little close. Like, Spoonflower also offers peel and stick wallpaper, and a bunch of other wallpaper types, including metallic, apparently. I have never used that yet, but lots of fun types of wallpaper that could be fun for crafty things. So I'm trying to think of ways that I could use this, because I do think it's a cute pattern. So anyway, that's up there if that's something that you are curious to check out. Of course, I have a link in the description to my Spoonflower shop. I always do, it's always there. So yeah, take a little look. But anyway, thank you for joining me for this little pattern making week. If you have any brilliant ideas about this watercolor paper texture issue that I'm having, I would love to hear your thoughts. Or if you are someone who also incorporates Procreate or your iPad into your surface pattern design flow, I'd love to hear some of your tips too. Like Amaziograph, that's an app that a lot of people use, and I downloaded it and I haven't played with it yet. So if that's something that you use, I'd love to hear how you use it. So anyway, thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I appreciate that you were here keeping me company throughout this week. So with that, thank you, and I'll see you next week for my next video. Take care, everyone. You guys, look, I've been using this Apple Pencil so much, can you even see that I've worn through it already? What? There's like a little bit of metal coming out at the tip. How's that possible? I'm gonna have to get a new little nib thingy. Man.